Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We really hope you enjoyed the presentation that Alper Berber gave about gamification in EdTech. So when we talk about EdTech, we also talk about professional and corporate learning. But why should that be boring? We've got a very interesting case study that has come up, and it's going to be talking about bringing fun and engagement to corporate learning, e-learning for that matter. And Mr. Ikram Ahmed Khan is going to be making that presentation. He's from Business Beam Private Limited and Learning Search Private Limited. Ikram Saab, thank you for joining us, and you have the floor now.
Thank you, Anza, and it's indeed a pleasure and honor for me to present a very short experience with all of you that how to bring fun and engagement to corporate e-learning. And so when we talk about e-learning, or in fact any kind of learning, fun and engagement is an absolute crucial part. Without fun and engagement, I really don't think that effectiveness of learning can be there. As a trainer, I know that we lose our participants' interest, and in fact, we lose the learning if the fun and engagement part is no more there. So the point is that when we talk about face-to-face learning, then obviously fun and engagement is no problem. But when we talk about e-learning, where we have limited engagement, how to bring fun and engagement there? Unfortunately, most of the available e-learning courses are quite boring and monotonous. Instead of providing knowledge, these e-learning courses provide in fact, they actually help their audience fall asleep very quickly. So recently I had experience, in fact, not very recently, a couple of years ago, I purchased a very expensive e-learning course. If I remember correctly, that was £900. And I provided this access to my colleague, and I said that please go ahead, learn the concept and pass the examination. And this gentleman was a very competent person. He came back to me after a few days and he said that I passed the exam, but please, I would suggest not to go for these kind of training courses because that training course really didn't help, unfortunately, and it actually helped me fall asleep. I was really surprised because I purchased from one of the top learning providers. And it was a very premium course. It was very highly regarded. I was so shocked that I actually went through that content, and unfortunately, I myself was not able to complete the content more than half an hour. So within 30 minutes, I said that this person, my colleague, was absolutely correct. So how to make sure that the fun and engagement part is there? Corporate e-learning courses, by default, they are quite boring. So when we say corporate e-learning, there are two types of e-learning. First of all, self-paced, and second, live, virtual live. Self-paced courses means either recorded videos without any interactions, or they means PowerPoint slides with automated voiceover. This combination of PowerPoint slides with automated voiceover is more fatal than death by PowerPoint. Talking about live online courses, we all know what happens in case of Zoom. We are already here in Zoom, but when we go for Zoom courses, most of these courses are actually fairly boring. So what is the solution? So let me give you the background first. We started, in fact, I co-founded Business Beam back in 2004. Business Beam actually is a dedicated corporate consulting firm, and our focus is to enhance corporate governance and technology governance, optimize performances of organizations, and improve agility of organizations. In order to achieve all these objectives, we usually take help from several international frameworks. You can see some of them here, like COBIT, ITIL, CMMI, DevOps, TOGAF, and so on. Um, the purpose of these frameworks is actually not to reinvent the wheel. International best practices are already there, and we simply apply those best practices and gain our results. But when we started offering consulting services in Pakistan, we realized that corporates in Pakistan, unfortunately, they have very little knowledge about these subjects. So in order to sell those consulting services, we must provide awareness sessions at various levels. So therefore, we started offering awareness sessions on these topics. Now, slowly and gradually, these awareness sessions became formal training sessions. And then after the formal training sessions, these sessions evolved into accredited training sessions. So when we say accredited training session, what do we mean by that? Accredited means our content and training content and trainer both are approved, reviewed and approved by a third-party international organization. And accredited also means that if a participant wants a certification examination at the end of the training, we can offer a one window solution. And in addition to training, we can offer certification examination also. So during last 17 years, we have conducted more than 1,200 courses. Our courses have reached more than 15,000 participants from 600 plus corporates. And our courses have also reached to 20 plus countries. Huge number of corporates as a customers. Some regional names are here. But the challenge occurs when our corporate customers, they ask for the training courses in e-learning format. So when we talk about e-learning, we decided to offer courses through e-learning, but without having those issues that we usually see in e-learning right now. So we put some very tough goals for us. We said, first of all, our e-learning should enhance the quality of learning. Second, e-learning should keep the learners motivated. E-learning should not let them sleep. Third, e-learning should be fun and engaging. Very, very important. Now, with Business Beam is a consulting firm. It remains as a consulting firm. So we decided not to offer e-learning from Business Beam. Instead, we developed a new firm, Learning Cert. And Learning Cert is a dedicated training firm offering training solutions in e-learning as well as traditional instructor-led formats. So you can say Learning Cert is an EdTech. Business Beam remains as a dedicated consulting firm. So the vision of Learning Cert is actually very important for us. The company vision is to make corporate e-learning more effective than traditional classroom-based learning or traditional classroom-based courses. Now, this is extremely important because one always thinks that traditional classroom-based offer excellent value that e-learning cannot match. Obviously, e-learning has its own advantage, but if you really want to learn a concept, traditional classroom-based courses, you have to go for traditional classroom-based courses. So this vision is actually a very sizable vision. So how to achieve this vision? So we sat down and we asked a question that what made us successful in a traditional e-learning courses? So probably it's a good idea for us if we put all those success factors in e-learning. So these are very important key points that are highlighted here. First of all, we are consultants. We do not teach theory. We focus on offering real life examples, real life practical situations to our participants. Now, this makes our courses very unique and very highly valuable to our participants. So this is extremely important, sharing the experiences as consultants. Obviously, we do have a lot of, we actually have successfully conducted more than 200 assignments globally, consulting assignments. So we do have a lot of examples and practical situations. We offer a lot of case studies. So these are part of our courses. And obviously, we offer very friendly communications. We encourage communication, we encourage questions, we encourage discussion during the courses. If a course has exam, we make sure that the participant has the required confidence before leaving the training session. And finally, our doors remain always open for our training participants. We never say no to our training participants, even after, if you have attended our course 5 years ago, you can always come back and talk to us regarding the course or any other thing that you find challenging at your organization. So we realized that if we offer all of these traits to our self-paced e-learning courses, their effectiveness will also increase. So how to translate all these aspects to e-learning? Well, that requires a lot of real hard work. And let me share a few screens with you. These screens actually are from our training course that our team recently developed. The topic of the training course is DevOps. So this is the screen, the very first screen, as you can see, it says welcome note. So what is the background? So let's say here, the learner has joined an organization as a new employee. This organization actively follows DevOps principles. Therefore, the HR manager welcomes the employee at the door and provides an overview of how things work here at this organization. And obviously, this overview includes the overview of DevOps. She then introduces the employee at his manager. Now, as you can see, this is a fairly innovative scenario. So here in this next slide, you can see that the employee is sitting with his manager. And these guys, the manager and probably some senior employee, these guys, they jointly introduce the DevOps in more detail. Then they both go to the head of software development. The head of software development, this gentleman gives a complete overview, in-depth analysis that how DevOps practices work for the development, so for the software development. And similarly, they went to head of IT operations. This gentleman provides the IT operations background and so on. During this complete course, a lot of simulations, games, and examples are there. So for simulations and games, these guys, the head of HR, while welcoming the employee, this lady gives a small tablet to the employee. Now this tablet has an interactive animation, and this tablet actually makes sure that all the fun part is there and all the simulations, quizzes, games are there. Now with this kind of animation, with this kind of environment, the learning actually is quite fruitful as compared to a traditional environment. So our courses are actually, this is also very important. You can see the slide, our courses are available in multiple languages. This is an Arabic version of the course. And we try to develop courses in English, Arabic, as well as in Urdu. So just to make sure that we facilitate people in their own language. All courses are done with the real voiceover. We do not go for automated voiceover. So all voiceovers are done by humans, highly engaging and relevant. And finally, these courses are internationally accredited. So it means that after completing the course, examination can be offered. And obviously, the content of the course is well reviewed by the relevant examination body. As for examination, it is very, again, relevant that for examination, we developed a complete and very thorough examination simulator. that actually helps participants gain confidence before the actual examination. So this was an introduction about how we developed a very engaging and fun-based courses, a self-paced courses. So what about the other part, which is instructor-led course? So instructor-led course, obviously we do not want to leave them behind. So instructor-led training is already there. It will be there. But we do not want to develop our own course trainers. This is unlike Business Beam. At Business Beam, all of our trainers were internal. In this scenario in Learning Cert, we are actually looking forward to have external trainers. So if you, as an industry expert, if you are willing to work with us on full-time or part-time basis, we are more than happy to welcome you on board and help you become accredited instructor. Accredited content is available. That content is already there. We have developed, we own the intellectual property of the content. So in short, we would like to become Uber or Kareem for the corporate training. So if you have passion to share knowledge, relevant experience, excellent communication skills and certifications, please contact us at partners@elearningcert.com. We'll be more than happy to actually engage you and help you become internationally accredited instructor. So once that milestone is achieved, you will be able to conduct courses globally with our content. So that is another very important thing that we would like to share with the industry. So we had a soft launch of Learning Cert in January, like around 4 or 5 months ago. And within that time frame, we, alhamdulillah, have signed 10 plus corporates, and we have already served 200 plus users. And we look forward to formally launch very soon, inshallah, next month, early next month. So I thank you for your time. If you have any question, please feel free to ask. Otherwise, my email is already there, and I'll be more than happy to respond. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ikram. It's been a learning experience. And we didn't know that corporate e-learning can be this engaging and so much fun. Thank you for your time. I think if you can just end the slideshow. Right. Thank you for being a part of the EdTech Summit. And ladies and gentlemen, those of you, and especially the corporates at this point in time who are watching us and want to make corporate e-learning more fun, please get in touch with us and we'll put you through to Mr. Ikram Khan. Those who want to go through his profile, we've shared some links in the description here. And thank you very much for watching. Please keep us updated with your comments and feedback. Next up, we have an interesting speaker, an international speaker, one of our members joining us all the way from Georgia. And he's going to be talking about a world class. Thank you very much, Ikram.